Madlanga Commission is pure cinema. Matthew Seseko walked in acting like he owned the place, but Justice Madlanga completely dismantled him. What happened? Seseko threw former IDAC head Andrea Johnson under the bus without even realizing it. Under pressure, he admitted Johnson deliberately sidelined top legal prosecutors like Ramsamy and DDPP Peter Serunye. Hold on. Why bypass the exact people whose job is to make charges stick? Think about it. Rushing massive cases like the Medicare24 scandal without proper legal vetting leaves huge loopholes for corrupt officials to walk free on. Technicalities. It's an inside job. And Seseko just watched it happen? Yep, sat on his hands and now he's playing the innocent bystander. Pure clownery. Thank God for real leaders like General Mkhwanazi who actually call out this rot. Like, subscribe, comment, Viva Mkhwanazi, and turn our notification bell on to always stay updated on what other news won't show you. Dlamini, roll the clip.
Investigations is excluded from all of that. You don't play a part at all.
That decision making is that of the ID. I would not be included in that decision making. We can have a discussion, but you ultimately take a decision. This is how it is going to happen, and it did happen that way.
Part in IDAC's presentation before the ad hoc committee.
No, I did not, Commission.
Because when the former ID went there, she was not going there in an individual capacity. She was going there representing IDAC. So you are head of operations at IDAC. Did you not assist at all with the presentation?
Not at all.
Not at all. And then after the 6 July 2025 media conference by General Mkhwanazi, serious allegations were made against IDAC. I'm sure you are aware of that.
That's correct.
Did you not, as head of operations, look within to see if there's nothing wrong that IDAC did, so that you can assist the ID if she needs to account to the nation or to Parliament?
There were meetings and discussions about those revelations by General Mkhwanazi. And in those meetings, they were dismissed as a counter to the investigations that had happened against the CI generals.
And then internally, Advocate Serunye raised two issues. One was the Section 27 referral affidavit was not there. The investigators did not have it. The prosecutors did not have it. So that was the one issue. The second issue was the two CI matters, the Mokwele matter and the Lushaba matter. There were no DDPPs who were leading those investigations. And he raised those issues as serious concerns. And as far as I understand, you were copied in that correspondence. Why did you not do anything? If he says the Section 27 is not there, it has not been provided. And secondly, these investigations were supposed to be led by DDPPs. They were being led by junior advocates at IDAC. Did you not say anything? Did you not intervene? Did you not raise these similar issues with the ID? Did you just let those things slide?
Chair, my recollection is that there were engagements about those issues, and with the ID, and with also Advocate Serunye, and the ID was not even happy about those things being raised, because as I understood at the time, she felt that these matters were properly within IDAC, and I think she sort of took umbrage why those issues were raised. So in those meetings, I think the issue was, a decision has been taken matter is authorized, it's going to proceed as she's directed.
And then the last one, in this commission, your investigators, Mr. Padiaki and Mr. Chief Perumal, have been accused of what on the face of it is serious misconduct that may well amount to fraud. The commission has not made findings one way or the other because we must hear all sides. But the allegations are that they created affidavits many months after, and then they backdated the affidavits to create the impression that those affidavits were deposed to on the 6th of January 2025 in relation to Mr. Adams's supplementary affidavits, and then in relation to the Section 27 affidavit. The allegation is that the affidavit that has been provided to the commission and the one that we as commissioners have been looking at was only created after October 2025. And it could not have existed in November 2024 when Mr. Adams made the referral to IDAC. Now you as head of operations and head of investigations, when you hear allegations like those, did you make inquiries internally to find out what the position is? And if the commission has been misled and has been provided fraudulent documents?
Chair, my recollection is I heard of these allegations when these matters were ventilated here at the commission. I think Mr. Rapesu would have indicated that he suspects there is something wrong that would have happened with the Section 27. And if I remember his ways was, but the truth will come out. So I remember speaking with Chief Perumal if he knows anything about this, and then he says, "No, there's nothing like that. Everything it's on board," and I took his word for it.
Lastly, and it's a question Chair asked, because you are the head of investigations, is it common, is it usual within IDAC that an investigator can start an investigation and conclude the investigation without having seen the Section 27 referral? Because Mr. Padiaki told us that that's what happened in this case. He never saw the Section 27 referral.
Chair, in terms of our processes, and the manual also speaks to that, when a matter is authorized and the project manager convenes a project meeting with all stakeholders, including the DDPP, all information relating to that matter is shared and discussed within the team. It is an anomaly for those documents not to be shared within the team. It is clear that on this matter, there was exception to the rules.
Should it also have formed part of the application for a warrant of arrest, the Section 27 affidavit? So when IDAC applies for a warrant, should the Section 27 have been attached to the affidavit that was placed before the court? How does it work in practice?
In practice, the investigating officer will draft an affidavit, basically outlining the investigation conducted and the offenses
And because
that are alleged to have been committed.
Sorry to interrupt you. Because the starting point is the Section 27 referral, does he attach it to the affidavit?
No, in practice
he doesn't
not.
do that.
In practice, not.
But it forms part of the docket.
In practice, it's not.
So in practice, it does not form part of the docket. You don't even share it with the accused.
No, it is part of correspondence, internal correspondence, but it's not attached to the docket.
And when they ask for it because they want to challenge IDAC's jurisdiction or IDAC's mandate, how do you deal with that?
Well, when they ask for it, in my experience is that it has been provided. When they had asked for it.
So, Mr. Sesoko, when a docket is opened or when an inquiry is opened, doesn't the Section 27 become the A1 statement? And then it can be supplemented if there's anything further to add to the affidavit. How does it work at the start of the investigation? Assume that the investigation has been authorized, either in terms of 28.1 or 28.13, and then a docket or an inquiry is opened. Shouldn't the Section 27 affidavit be the A1 statement?
In practice, Chair and Commissioners, the Section 27 referral is treated differently. When an investigation starts, when it's authorized, then the complainant is approached for an A1 statement, and a full comprehensive A1 statement, which would address all the elements of the offense, is then obtained. And that is what is used as the A1, not the Section 27.
Where does one find that? Is that in the manual or is it your interpretation?
It's the practice.
But where does one find that? Where is it recorded that that's the practice?
I'm not sure if we record it like that in the manual. I must be honest. I'm not sure if we do that. I think the manual states the processes that must be followed, but it does not specifically say what happens in relation to Section 27 or an A1 statement, because it's more of an investigative operational issue that investigators do.
And the reason we are asking this is because Mr. Serunye, Peter Serunye, and Ms. Ramsamy, they have testified in this commission that, and I hope I'm not confusing their evidence and the transcript will bear that out, but they said the Section 27 affidavit becomes the A1 statement, and then any further statement obtained from a witness supplements the Section 27. So the Section 27 is not an internal document. It is the genesis of the investigation. It is the affidavit that must set out what offense is being reported and what offense must be investigated, so that what the investigator looks at and what guides the investigating officer is in fact that affidavit.
Chair, I won't dispute that it may happen in other matters, that, you know, the Section 27 may have been included as an A1, you know, but I'm talking in generality what I know would have happened in most of the matters.
But because IDAC has not had that many Section 27s, you said so yourself, most of your matters are from the commissions, and there was that general authorization from the former ID. Don't you think this is something that should be clarified in the manuals?
Yes, certainly, Chair. I mean, this experience with the commission, it's a lot of lessons learned for us. We already having a discussion internally about IDAC reset and how we improve our operations and including our manual, so that we are all clear in terms of processes, because this process has shown the weaknesses within the organization that really need urgent attention.
And these weaknesses are serious because they can lead to systematic failure. And they can impact not just IDAC, but other law enforcement agencies, as you have seen with crime intelligence and SAPS.
That is true, Commissioner. Lessons learned.
Thank you.
Can I just check? You say in paragraph 59 that there is a practice in IDAC that if you are not involved in a matter, you don't seek to know its details, and this relates to the principle of being neutral. But surely that position in practice does not apply to the ID.
Yes, it does. It does not, Commissioner, because she's the ultimate person that takes decision on all these matters. A matter cannot be enrolled without her approving that. So every decision of this nature, it is taken by the ID.
But then by same, well, not same, you are head of investigations. It seems to me you should know what's happening in investigations.
Yes.
So that rule, if it's a rule in the workplace, should not be applying to head of investigations, because you need to be able to speak to the investigations that are happening in your organization.
That is correct, Commissioner. Mm-hmm. And in most matters, that's what had happened.
Yes.
As I said, this was an exception.
So in a properly working IDAC, a person in your position who is head of investigations is supposed to know and be involved with investigation. When I say involved, I don't mean you run and do the investigations, but you, because you're the overseer of all the investigators and of investigation, so you should know this.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Okay.